Liz, how's it going? Thank you so much for hosting an entire Captivate team. Yeah, it's our first event, so really excited about this. I think before we get into the good stuff, going along with kind of the Wild West theme, I just want to quickly share a story of why we're even building Zealot in the first place. So about 2 years ago, I was working at JP Morgan, and I quit my job to build a B2B company with two of my best friends. And it was awesome until it quickly wasn't. Almost everything we were doing for growth just was not working. We were trying cold emails, ads, SEO, literally, all the traditional channels, and we weren't closing deals. My mom was super pissed, and my two co-founders, their moms were pissed because we did quit some pretty comfy jobs to go do this thing. And basically, with nothing working, we were, I think, 3 to 4 days away from just running out of money, having to go on LinkedIn, apply for new jobs. But then one day, one of our customers, one of the few we had, her name was Katie. She introduced us to someone over email. And that lead she introduced us to actually ended up closing the very next day. It was insane. We never seen anything like it, especially since nothing was ever working for us. And then shortly after, we started asking Katie, hey, how do we get more of this? Referrals, how do we get more of this stuff? This is cool. We even started asking her for some G2 reviews, to talk about us on Slack, post about us on LinkedIn. We even had her jump on reference calls with us. And then just a few weeks later, this was all working so well that it quickly became pretty impossible to scale. We couldn't keep track of it. We had 3 different Excel spreadsheets and too many email chains going. And so being scrappy founders, we kind of built this internal tool to manage it. And then during one of the many, many late nights of coding in Red Bull, we realized that this new in-house tool we were building was actually 10 times more valuable than the dumb other product we were currently working on. And so basically, we made the decision to pivot the entire company to what Zealot is today. My name is Sam Farber. I'm one of the co-founders here at Zealot. Zealot is a venture-backed startup building the first ever command center for B2B customer marketing with the help of many customer marketers like you. There really are 3 main differences you'll notice by going with us. So first off, we take a lot of pride in building very, very closely with all of our customers. We're even known to bring pizzas, as you can see here, I think, on one of the pictures on the left-hand side. And so we take a lot of pride in building very closely with all our customers. Second, similar to kind of how Lego blocks are structured, our current and future customers can actually start with just the modules they need, and then actually snap on more modules as they scale. So things like reference management, referrals, content hub, we power all those workflows, meaning you don't have to have 5 different procurement processes or 5 different QR meetings. And then lastly, customer advocacy and marketing, from our experience, and as I'm sure you all have experienced, simply does not exist without customer participation. And so we're fortunate. We have a background in building games and consumer apps. So we like to say we've cracked the code of what makes people motivated to advocate. So I think that's enough for me. Trish, I'm going to hand it over to you. Hopefully you don't embarrass us too much, but here we go.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for letting me come on with you, Sam. I'm excited to talk to you all about how Zealot was the choice for ClickUp. And if you're not familiar with ClickUp, we are your all-in-one productivity platform. We're designed to bring clarity and control to everything you do for work and beyond. And at ClickUp, I'm the community and field marketing director here. And I have a lot of experience building high impact communities over the years. I am old school Yelp from back in the day, and have come over to ClickUp in recent history to build out their community machine. And it's been really exciting. My specialty is integrating communities and activating them to be social, word of mouth, peer reviewers, all of the above, segment marketers, and making the community really powerful for a brand that I represent. If you want to jump to the next slide, in true speed dating fashion, I sort of wrote this personal ad of what my problem was before I came across Zealot. My current platform that was hosting my advocacy groups was really on the rocks. A really disappointment in customer service. They were acquired. Our entire service package was left in the dust with that acquisition. We really felt abandoned, unsupported, and they really couldn't house the massive community that we'd been spending a lot of time building. We're looking for someone who could really handle a contribution machine, someone who could have a lively peer-to-peer platform, something gamified. We needed everything that you can think of for a community activation space. Ultimately, a platform that our community could call home. So I started shopping, and given my history in the space, I know all your major players. So started taking calls and taking some discussion with your known brands in the space. And Zealot kind of came on my radar. They met our social media manager, Chris Cunningham, which if you follow ClickUp on social, you've seen his HR guys creation, which are hilarious. But he ran into Sam and his team at a conference and did them a service and sent me their stuff. And I immediately was like, nope, this is not for me. They're too new. I don't think they can do what it takes. I'm looking for like a major player. And really through a lot of tenacity on their side and a lot of proof of concepts, we ended up landing in a really good spot. We can jump to the next slide. But yeah, they definitely won me over. They gave us a proof of concept, a sandbox for all intents and purposes to build out my ideal space. And we worked very closely together to build something awesome. As Sam mentioned, it's kind of modular. So they were able to say, like, Trish, give us your wish list and we'll put something together for you, which was super impressive. Their time to iteration was also incredibly quick. 45 days for a proof of concept is actually a really short amount of time for a company of our size. And they proved us out super fast. And they were able to really deliver my entire wish list in a really beautiful UI UX package. And then in terms of their bespoke handling of our account, they did show up. I don't think I got pizza, Sam. I'm pretty sure you missed the pizza on me, but they
On the
did.
way.
Yeah, they bring all of they bring, but more importantly, their technical team along with them to build and iterate as we went through our soft launch. Literally in the picture in the middle there, I asked them for a feature on the fly during the launch, and they delivered it to me at our 9 a.m. meeting the next morning, which I've never seen anybody code that fast. So it was really quite incredible. And we moved on to our GA launch, which to date has been extremely successful. We have thousands, over 13,000 advocates in our space in a short amount of time in the 60-day launch period. The NUX and UI UX is absolutely stellar. Our CEO was blown away by the bespoke design. They white labeled it for us, so it looks and feels like ClickUp, which our advocates really enjoy. Fully gamified space. Looks beautiful. It's really a generating content machine that works cross-functionally with the rest of our teams in ClickUp. Reward setter is fully automated. The community is adopting it like whoa. And again, the UI UX is a total win. So for us, this was a newcomer that really made a splash for us. So we're really happy to be on their client list. If there's anything else I can mention, Sam, let me know. But huge fans, and the guys can do what they say they can do. If they're pitching you and they're giving you an outline, I really encourage you to give them a chance.
Awesome. Thanks, Trish.
Sure.
And then, some new features we have coming out. So we recently released AI-powered reference matching directly inside of Slack, as well as Salesforce. So your reps can self-serve, or you can have those references fulfilled by you, as well as a centralized content hub. The secret sauce here is that we have AI-powered search. So you can search in natural language through all of your existing content, things like reviews, video testimonials, case studies, etc. And then on the advocate side, adoption has been a huge issue kind of with other platforms in the space. And so we have a feature called standalone mission links where you can send these out through email and your customers actually don't have to log into a platform. And then on the right-hand side here, you see our white labeled community hub. We actually sit down with your team and kind of customize this and add all the gamified elements. If you don't want gamification, you don't need to have it, but this is fully white labeled and customizable for you. So yeah, thank you all for dating Zealot. We're the command center for customer marketing today, and feel free to scan this QR code to experience the platform live.
Thanks so much, Sam and Trish. Wonderful date. Thank you very much.